Hi, welcome to another episode of Healthcare Simplified with Manvir Victor. Today, in the studios with us right here, we're going to be talking about patient advocacy. And I know you're wondering to yourself, what is patient advocacy? This is a huge worldwide global movement on patients, users, people with lived experience, and they are sharing how they are going through healthcare. And why are they doing it? Obviously, they're doing it for the good of healthcare because in every industry, in every business that we all are participating in, as either people who build things or people who use things, we always give our feedback. And obviously, in healthcare, that is doubly important because that feedback can help save somebody's life. In the studios with us here today, I've got two great guys who are fantastic at doing this, but they are relatively new. Okay, so they are patients, obviously, but here's a look at who they are, and we will find out about their journeys. Further away from me here, we've got Rostam Said. How are you doing, Rostam?
I'm great, Manvir. Thank you for the invite to come and talk about our experience on vital signs.
Okay, thank you. And we've got Siva Kumar Raghavan. And Siva, well, welcome to the show as well.
Thank you, Manvir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And yeah, so I just want to talk a little bit about your journeys, right? It's important for, I mean, myself being a patient and a patient advocate, that journey really starts from that moment that we find out that we are diagnosed with something.
Yes.
You know, it could be something that is probably minor, and then it goes on to something major, or unfortunately, because of the lack of screening, we find out late.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe tell us a little bit about your journey. But first, Rostam, what is it you do? I mean, what do you do for work? What's your life like? What?
After the surgery, I was invited to join an outfit lah. Basically, we are running a family office.
Okay.
You know, we manage the owner's businesses and
Okay.
some of his private affairs as well.
Okay. So you work in the office,
Yeah.
corporate manager. So
Not really 9 to 5, but
Yeah.
we do have an office.
okay, great. So tell us a little bit about your journey as a person with a lived experience. What was that about? What was your life before and after that?
Before I had that, I think it's very important to understand the aspect of uh, depression. It doesn't matter at what level.
Sure.
Depression, pressure and stress,
Okay.
and smoking.
Okay.
Didn't take any medication for
Okay.
what it was supposed to be, because I was diagnosed at 38 with diabetes,
Okay.
and the first 5 years I was a very, very good patient.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
compliant.
Yes, and I managed to drop from 4 medications down
Yeah.
to 1.
Into one.
Into
So
one.
for 4
Only-
medications, you stopped
Only
it?
to 1.
Okay,
medication.
absolutely.
And so I was feeling a bit cocky a bit. You know?
Okay.
It's like, why?
That's easy. I can do it.
It's okay. I can just maintain
Right.
my lifestyle. And at that time, I was quite active. I was, swimming and running,
Okay.
bicycle.
That's
And
the
then-
5 years.
That-
That's the first 5 years.
First 5 years.
Okay.
And after the first 5 years,
Fell off the wagon.
malas nak pergi lari apa. I
Yeah.
don't want to do anything, So, and then you didn't cut back on your eating, and
All right.
and then you tend to have you're facing some pressure at that
Okay.
time, COVID.
Okay. Oh, yeah. COVID.
with,
Yeah. Yeah.
financial pressures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think it accumulates.
Okay.
I don't have any symptoms
Okay.
prior to my heart attack.
And you had a heart attack.
I had a heart attack on a Sunday.
Okay.
I woke up and I thought it was just, like, biasa kita kan, I thought it was angin.
Okay.
It was like, just
Right.
like that, and then I asked my wife to sort of like massage and ease it,
Okay.
and then I had the
Sweats.
sweats.
Okay, you
So
had sweat.
that's when because at that time
Right.
I am still in denial.
Okay.
I'm still like
You got it all under control.
yeah. I was like is this a heart attack?
Can't be.
It cannot be.
Not happening to me.
It's not happening to me. Exactly. And that's until that sweat. That's what I know. And then you cannot that sweat. Oh, this is
How
it.
old were you when this happened?
I was 50. 50. I was
You're
50.
50 years old. Okay.
I was 50 years old.
Yeah. So obviously you're 50 years old. None of your friends have had a heart attack.
No,
You had.
I had.
Okay.
Strange enough, and that's kind of like what lead me into pertubuhan trans jantung.
Okay.
Because the experience, whatever I experienced,
Yeah.
what I went through, my wife, because she's
She's a caregiver.
she's the caregiver. It was very hard to find anything about the experience
Right.
of somebody who actually under
Right.
at that time.
Okay.
You hardly see anything. It's like, how do you find out what it is?
Yeah.
And then it just so happened that another, good friend of mine went through the same thing, had a heart attack, went through a bypass,
Okay.
and now it's recovering, obviously.
So that Sunday you felt uneasy, your wife had a massage,
Yeah, and then
the sweats, and then you went to the hospital.
and then I was like, okay,
We need to go.
because I was sitting down. I said,
Okay.
I want to go to the toilet, and I got up and I took one step, and then I just like
You fell down. Oh.
because I
Yeah.
managed to get up, but I can't feel anything.
Oh, wow.
When I move my legs, I can't feel, that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You passed out.
no, I didn't pass
You're
out.
conscious.
Yeah, I was conscious.
Absolutely conscious, but you have no control.
Yeah, no control.
Oh, wow, that's scary.
You know. So
Kind of numb.
yeah. So my kids came down, and they were like trying to keep me awake.
Right.
And that was the time when how people tell you about the crushing pain.
Okay.
And that was the time
The
after
feeling.
the sweat.
Yeah.
And that's the crushing pain.
Okay.
You're trying to breathe, and your lungs felt like
Okay.
this big.
Right. So what do you guys do? You call the ambulance?
They called the ambulance, but I guess the ambulance would take too long. My
Okay.
father-in-law just happened that Sunday morning. He wanted to come by and pass us something.
Right.
I can't remember.
Okay.
So
He happened to be here.
yeah, so he just lived across the street.
Okay.
But he was there, so they bundled me into the car and took me to Hospital Ampang.
Okay.
So Hospital Ampang, one of the hospitals that can thrombolyze you,
Yeah.
but they have no cardio
Unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was thrombolized, and thank God everything went okay.
Yeah.
So I was put under observation for like 5 days.
5 days. You were in that hospital.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then they refer me to Hospital Sedang,
Okay.
which is about like 3 months. For
Okay.
meeting with cardiologist.
Right.
Was like 3 months away.
Right. Okay.
So I figured that it's a bit too long for me to wait.
Okay. I mean, it's a scary thing that you've just been through. So, I mean, obviously you want to get it fixed.
Yeah, because I knew I had a heart attack, but I don't know how bad.
Okay.
I guess it was pretty bad,
Okay.
based on what I felt. And it's scary because I lost a brother-in-law.
Okay.
A year or 2 years before that.
All right. Okay.
It was quite recent.
Okay.
And he died of cardiac arrest
Oh, wow.
while cycling in Mount Kiara. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So it can't help but think like,
Okay.
but like I always say when I talk about this, I know I have the knowledge that I will get it, but I just didn't pay attention, or I was kind of like, because my dad had a heart attack.
Your dad had
My dad passed away at 57,
okay.
2 years after his retirement.
Oh, wow.
From
So
a
you
heart attack.
could sense. Yeah. You knew
Yeah.
signs were there.
I share the same blood, so that's why I'm like,
Okay.
with my kid also,
Yeah.
because they they have the same blood as mine.
Yes.
So they must have inherit something.
Sure, sure.
So back to that, talking about the kids. So I think my mission
Yeah.
for Pertubuhan Teras Jantung,
Right.
the NGO that I developed after the bypass and whatnot, is to advocate for early detection. I said you don't have to wait until you're 45 to
Yes. So it's important that you mentioning this because number one, you were diabetic and
Yes.
you're behaving yourself for 5 years.
Yes.
Doing all the right things and exercising, eating right, or
eating,
whatever,
eating right.
and then fell off the wagon for whatever reason. Stamina is sometimes a problem. A cheat day becomes a cheat week, a cheat week becomes a cheat month, and then it's a cheat year.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us, right? So and then you had the sign in the sense that your dad already had this issue, so you could see the worst case scenario when you lose your father to something like that. So you knew in the back of your mind that you are high risk,
Yes.
but it'll not happen to you, right? So you always think,
you're human.
yeah, you're only human, right? So that whole thing, and then you had your heart attack, and now you've set up an organization, right? We're going to come back to that.
Yeah.
What, Siva, tell us about your journey, from being well and then being a patient and now with your organization. Maybe tell us a little bit
Right.
about that.
I've been in education line.
Yeah.
I've been a teacher earlier.
Okay.
Then I ventured into kindergarten franchising.
Okay.
I was working and I was helping entrepreneurs to start up
Okay.
kindergartens. I was guiding them onto setting up startup operations and scaling up. And now, as I was, beautifully going through my career, at the age of 38, similar to you,
Yeah,
38
same.
is the
The magic
golden
number.
year. Golden year. And I got to know this, one day after breakfast, I was walking back and I felt slightly dizzy. I said, this is not right. I never felt that way. So I went and checked, and true enough, my blood pressure was quite high.
Okay.
And the doctor said that he doesn't want to prescribe me on hypertensive medication. Let's observe. After observation, he said, "Hey, still this, I think you are having hypertension because I was very active, probably stress or whatsoever, lifestyle or what." So he prescribed me the hypertensive medication. But he said you have to come back and check whether it works or not. So after 1 or 2 weeks, we came back and see that nothing much changed.
Right.
So he said he better do a full blood test.
Okay.
Now, when I did the full blood test at one of my friends' lab, pathology, Dr. Naveen, so he found that my creatinine was slightly high and the urea was slightly high.
Elevated. Yeah.
Yeah. So these were the very early stage of chronic kidney disease, CKD.
CKD.
All right. Very, very early stage. So he immediately referred me to HKL.
Okay.
Right. So I was referred there and they immediately did a biopsy, did all the tests and found out that the cause of my kidney affected is due to immunoglobulin nephritis A, which is IgA nephropathy.
Okay.
Now, this IgA nephropathy is today classified as a rare disease.
Okay.
Right. Today, we also know that for this IgA nephropathy, and surprisingly, I got it. I knew it at the age of 38. I don't know how early I got this.
Okay.
Because there were symptoms in early days,
Right.
where when I urinate,
Yeah.
there will be a lot of bubble in the bowl. So I remember that because from when I was late 20s, early 30s, I feel very insecure whenever I go to a friend's house to using their toilet. So even after urinating, when I flash, the bubbles are still there. When you want to come, so we have to pour the water so many times. So I
okay.
that makes me remember that
Right,
it
right.
was not a recent thing.
Okay,
I had been
something,
having
yeah.
this for some time. So I don't know how early that has been. Because I also see for the patients who are into the kidney failure
Right.
at a very early age, most of them are into this
Okay, it has
IgA
the same thing.
nephropathy.
Yeah.
So it's classified under rare disease. And today I got to know that for the IgA nephropathy, there is a cure.
There's a cure.
The cure meaning it's not a cure to subside to
Suppress.
suppress
Yeah.
the IgA,
Right.
preventing it from
flaring up to
attacking
kidney.
the kidney.
Right.
All right, so that's a great news.
Okay.
But in order for you to do that, you have to do the early stage
Screening.
screening.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, biopsy at
Alright,
least
right.
to know that the kidney is affected due
Yeah.
to IgA.
Right.
Mhm.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first phase. I got to know. I mean, after I got to know about the kidney failure, kidney was affected. I told my employer and all, and though slowly I was terminated.
Oh, you were terminated. Slowly.
Slowly because the story was built up nicely, and after a
They took
year,
their time.
a
They took
year
their
I was
time.
terminated. I took up a case. I won after 4
Okay,
years.
okay.
Yeah, because the reason of my termination was said for my performance, but I fought it and
Yeah.
I won. But that's why I said it's blessing in disguise that because of the termination, and I thought what best I would do is that I've helped so many entrepreneurs, kindergarten entrepreneurs start their own business. So why not I do? Right?
Okay.
Because I've been preaching and telling what to do.
Okay.
I have to prove that I can also do. So I did it. That's what I did. I started my brand, Unique City,
Yeah.
and it was an instant success.
Okay.
Now, going back to the CKD,
Right.
chronic kidney disease, I maintained for 5 years very well.
Yeah.
Again, 5 years, brother. All right.
Same.
So 5 years I maintained very well.
Okay.
How I maintained it was just I controlled my diet.
Right.
I stopped smoking and drinking and all that. I managed my lifestyle and were very disciplined until the 5th year in 2011.
Okay.
I was still very disciplined. It's just that in between there will be hopes lah. There will be somebody saying, you know what, I
found the
found
cure.
somebody,
Who can eliminate this?
eliminate this. You can reverse the kidney and all that. And true enough, there was a friend met him at the coffee shop and say, hey, see, I heard that you have this early stage of kidney problem, and you know what? I know somebody who's going through a dialysis. That means kidney failed. He's doing through dialysis, and you know what? Dialysis patients don't have urine because the kidney is not sending the fluid to the bladder, and the bladder is empty, no urine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know about that at that time. So he said that person who's taking this
Medicine.
product,
Yeah.
he's having urine.
Wow.
So if that can happen to a kidney failure patient, imagine what can happen to you in the early stages of your kidney failure. It can reverse, right?
Yeah.
So I tell you but one thing. You don't go and tell this to your doctor because doctors don't believe this.
It's always like that.
Yeah. So I kept
This
it
is
and
a
I said,
secret only for you.
yeah. So then I said, okay, why not give it a shot, man?
Yeah.
There's a hope. Looks like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So I went and met them and and it's like, that person who said, you know what? I'm a living legend.
Yeah.
That my kidney was failing. I took the medicine and reversed. If can happen to me, then definitely you came at the right time and all. So my creatinine at that time, the 4th year or so, was touching. It was below 200.
Below 200. Okay.
It was really good for nearly 4 or 5 years. I've been maintaining below 200.
Just for reference,
I just want
a healthy kidney, the creatinine is between 60 to 140, 150. That's
110 lah.
110. 110 is, but the
ideal-
borderline is at 150.
150,
The borderline is so yours is below 200.
Below 200.
Yeah.
So maintaining very well.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have the spike of uric acid.
Okay.
Uric acid because my family, they like to order seafood, udang and all. And when they don't finish it, I finish it up.
Yeah, okay.
So that one kena lah.
Okay.
So that was fluctuating here and there. So I had to learn from my mistakes where I should control and all.
Okay.
So as this was going on, so our product, this
wonderful
algae product from Korea,
Yeah.
was introduced to me, and I took it.
Right.
Now, why I mentioned about the creatinine maintained for 200, below 200 for 4.5 years, because that is very ideal. Only for people who are having 600-700 or even higher, they would prepare for dialysis. So for that 5 years, I was not prepared any fistula or anything for dialysis. So I've been maintaining well.
Right.
Now, when I took this, in 4 to 5 months, when the next check, my creatinine shoot up to 550.
Okay.
Right? 550.
That's like more than double.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
three and a half,
doctor who saw me, she said, Siva, it's something abnormal.
Yeah.
Are you doing something, out of your norm or taking something? Of course, no, doctor. Because, I'm not going to reveal that, right?
Yeah.
So it's
You were told not to.
I was told not to. So it's like, no. It's
As
like,
many
it's
of us had.
like, so in my heart, it's like, oh, okay, I have to go and check with them. So it's like, now doctor said, okay, if you're not doing anything different,
Right.
probably your lifestyle or the food that you took or something could, trigger this.
Right.
All right. Or sometimes the test itself.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the lab, the test itself can go wrong. You might
False positive.
do another test, and also they did tried all that, but it showed the same. Then I went back to the product. MLM, yeah.
MLM
So I
company.
said, you know what? This thing happened. My creatinine went up to 550. No, she paused for a while and said, it's expected.
Oh, they expected it.
It's expected. You know what?
What?
Before it reverse, it will spike up a little high. and then
Sorry.
I smile.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
so now you have been taking these tablets,
Okay.
right? Which is like 10 or 20 tablets a day and night and all this. Like, it's no chemical. It's just algae product and whatsoever, Now, I tell you, this is the time you have to take the booster.
Oh.
The booster
Okay.
is a concentrated of this tablet to a whale
Right.
of fluid, liquid,
Yeah.
liquid, a whale. And that's around 1,000 plus.
Okay.
So I was given a 2 or 3
Okay.
of that.
Yeah.
So satu kali kena lah.
Ah,
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like I took that, and in the following month, my creatinine was 1,200.
It doubled again.
Double, and I didn't know. I couldn't relate it to it.
Yeah.
I was thinking the deficiency of protein in my body because of protein leakage in my urine, and that could cause all these cramps, and I could not sleep for 3-4 days.
Okay.
Actually, it was due to high urea and high creatinine, a lot of toxic in the body. I had cramps and couldn't sleep. So I went to the doctor and said, I'm having this. So they immediately test my blood.
Right.
It shows that my creatinine was 1,200, 1,200-300.
Oh, wow.
And the urea was,
Yeah.
more than 20 plus, 20, 30. So immediately I have to do the IJC to puncture
Puncture
the
a hole in
artery
your artery.
and do the dialysis.
It's an emergency dialysis.
Emergency dialysis.
Yeah.
So that's
So why
where.
neck? Huh? I'm just
Is it because your arterial vein is here?
okay. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
easily,
a faster.
Yeah.
faster. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
Easily accessible.
yeah. So that's when I started my dialysis.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So what happened to your agent?
yeah, but I didn't go back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is important for us to understand that sometimes we listen to the voices around us, and maybe it's the loudest voices around us, not necessarily the correct ones,
Yes.
right? The correct ones. Sometimes they come from insiders, everything's fine, don't have to worry about it. But we have to make sure that we are backed by science. Talk to your doctors, and it's also imperative that the doctors are able to communicate this well enough, right? And you two are examples, and I'm sure that people who are watching this and are listening to it in their cars or whatever can relate immediately. Yeah, I was given the same thing. My uncle was given the same thing. My auntie had that same issue.
Yeah.
My brother, sister. This happens all too often. And then you become a patient, and in your case, it was almost dire. It was almost dire, and then you're back from that brink. So what's going to happen is right now we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back about the second part, and we're going to look at now that you know what you've done, what's happened to you. What next? What next are you here to talk about, right? We're going to come back with more right here on Healthcare Simplified with Manvir Victor. Don't go away. Hi, welcome back to Healthcare Simplified with Manvir Victor, and we're still here with Rostam and Siva talking about, so where you found out, you had a heart attack, your kidneys failed, and so for yourself now, since you've done your bypass,
Yes.
and
Bypass.
it's been a couple of years now.
In February, it's going to be 3 years.
In February, it's going to be 3 years. And that really, I know this happens to a lot of people, even for you, right? But you have been one of those people that has stood up and he said, I'm going to do something about this, not only for myself, but a whole host or generation of people who are probably going to have this issue and have nowhere to turn to, just like you did, So what have you done? What's that step that you have taken?
Okay. After our experience, so me and my wife decided to start an NGO lah, Pertubuhan Teras Jantung. So at that time I wasn't working.
Okay.
Now I'm working. So it's been a bit slow, but I'm planning to push for 2026 to get all the social media in order, to get people running it, and because we do have a few things lined up for 2026. In terms of sharing. We've been invited to talk about our experiences. Me as a patient, she as a caregiver,
Right.
my wife Julie, and we try to do as much as possible. I think.
Absolutely.
Because both of us believe that in light of what happened, I think we should focus more on the our youth from falling into the same trap.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's easier and it's cheaper for us to combat it now rather than pay for the treatment later. And it has to be translated into dollars. I know, ringgit and cent. For people to really understand that, wow, you spend 10 ringgit as opposed to paying 25,000 ringgit or something like that.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
So it needs to be cultivated, and Malaysia, we talk about food and and I've seen the report by Apex CVD Alliances when they published, but research was done before COVID. Okay, and we actually top like 2 categories. For this survey, we are the most obese in the region. The percentage of obesity in our population is the first in the region, and also we are the youngest to get diabetes. We are, as a group of people, we are the youngest to get, I am the embodiment of that lah, because I got it at 38. So we as opposed to the our generation before us, they got it later. There was like, after pension, 60, 62, 63, then they started developing this. Hardly you can ever, those days, you hear about people like getting this while they are working. I mean, it's below 55.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are living in the generation where we get it, we got it earlier.
Yeah.
So it's alarming because you got to think about the future generation, which you look at what they are consuming now. That's a recipe for like earlier onset of diabetes and hypertension and whatnot.
And I totally agree with that because I think, I mean, both of you, that story, 38 happened to you. For me, it was 35.
Yeah.
Again, I think we can relate in the sense that there was no screening, zero screening for all these things. There's zero awareness that there is screening to be done.
I only did my checkup before I joined Astro one time, but that's about it.
Same thing, we worked there before, yonks ago. So that's what we did. And so screening is really important, but awareness that we need to do this, and then obviously the access to it. The access to it comes through government and other bodies. So that's a whole different ball game that we're doing. But yourself now, Siva. So what happened next after you finding out that and then you started your dialysis? What was that journey? It must be difficult because again, 35, myself, 38, yourselves. Your whole life's ahead of you, and then suddenly it comes to a shuddering stop.
Right. I must share this one story.
Okay.
Because this one incident had impacted a lot of post activities that I've
Done.
initiated and done. Now, when I had this IJC,
Right.
there's a temporary measure, right? Now, I have to choose between peritoneal dialysis or hemodialysis. Now, hemodialysis is the blood dialysis, and the peritoneal dialysis is wet water-based dialysis. Now, I spoke to the doctors and matron and anyone that I could think of and I know. So I went to this peritoneal dialysis clinic. And I saw on the board, the notice board, this man who had been doing peritoneal dialysis for a few years, and he is on dialysis, and he's been traveling.
Okay.
He's going to Europe, going to US, every part of the world. But being a dialysis patient, being a peritoneal dialysis patient, that opened up because prior to that, in my career, I was traveling around Southeast Asia. I thought I can't do that, right? So this had opened up. Now, why I'm saying this story actually is very important because I felt that picture of this person traveling all around, and me seeing that gave me hope. Not only that option of choosing dialysis or peritoneal dialysis, but that gave me a lot of hope, saying that, wow, that means there's life after this. That means this is not the end. Right? So I started on peritoneal dialysis until I did a transplant. It was courtesy of my ex-wife who donated her kidney to me. And unfortunately, that transplant failed after 4.5 years.
Okay.
All right. Now, so when during my transplant years, I got to know about, of course, with you around, we were used to meet during the clinic days, and I came to know through you that there's World Transplant Games.
Yes.
All right. So World Transplant Games it really excited me. That means in Europe, in that particular year, they're gonna have the World Transplant Game in Argentina.
Yeah.
Malaga, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that really excited me, and we wanted to know how to go about it. Is there an association that we can go through? And we found out a lot of things. And there was a previous association who were very active, but no longer.
Right.
It's quite passive, and tried to revive that and meet all the necessary people to revive that. And we started to reactivate the association. So to help others and to get everyone to go. Unfortunately, my transplant failed
Right.
in 2016.
Okay.
All right. So that the whole hype of World Transplant Games and all else slowed down.
Slow down.
Right. Now, when I started back the dialysis, this time I opted for hemodialysis.
Okay.
Now, why hemodialysis? Because peritoneal dialysis has pros and cons, because you need to do 4 times a day,
4 times a day.
all right, every 5 hours. But there is a automatic peritoneal dialysis. You only do 8 hours at night.
Yeah.
So I couldn't qualify for that because the SOXO budget didn't allow that.
Okay.
So I had to do the 4 times a day, which quite restricted my movement.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Right? So 7 o'clock in the morning I do, and then
12,
I have to do at 12,
12,
and then
5.
evening at 5 or 6, and then at night
Right.
again.
Right.
All right. So that actually,
Yeah,
morning after doing
You
it.
are
In a bubble.
you are by that. You are guided by that.
Right. So I do my morning session. It takes around 40 minutes to 1 hour. And after breakfast, I take my family to Mid Valley. By the time I reach and park my car, it's time for the next round already.
Right. Right.
All right. So that had actually, disturbed my movement,
rhythm,
You don't feel like
rhythm.
you don't feel like
Yeah.
going anywhere.
So I decided after the kidney fail, transplant fail, I started on the hemodialysis.
Right.
Now, there's one part I had to tell that during the transplant, the attention given by the nephrologist was very attentive.
Okay.
All right. But I realized once the transplant failed,
Yeah.
when I went into dialysis,
Yeah.
it was just like left like that. So it was like, no, where am I? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, the focus was all to the transplant patient.
Yeah.
All right. I was lost. I really, after many years now, I think that was the time I needed some counseling. That was the time I needed somebody to talk to.
Right.
But I, being proactive,
Right.
I went and spoke to quite a number of people, just like the previous time. I spoke to Matron Week.
Yeah.
I spoke to some of the MA. It helped. Now, I found that doing dialysis, there were many who were not doing very well even after 1 or 2 years.
Okay.
Right?
Understood.
That was very disappointing.
Right.
But on the other hand, I also found out there were some doing very well even after 25 years.
Okay.
Now, that's where I found out more about. I spoke to the ustad, the uncle, pachi, or whoever who'd been on dialysis for 20, 25 years, 30 years. So I spoke to them and they found that lifestyle. You have to keep yourself active, and the most important thing is your heart.
Okay.
You keep your heart active, move, right? So and all the, so I don't want to go into the detail of that.
Yeah.
Then I'll take another 1 hour to talk about that. So I realized that that's
Yeah.
when I started walking.
Okay.
All right, brisk walk, slow walk, and then I joined my friends going a small hill.
Okay.
And then I thought, then very long ago, in when I was 26 years old, I did Mount Kinabalu. After the transplant, I spoke to you. Remember,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, "Hey, Manvir, I did Mount Kinabalu some 20 years ago. Now we should do, but." It didn't happen at that time. Somewhere 2013,
Yeah.
2014, my transplant failed and all. It was shut down. But after I started walking and all, I had this motivation. It's like, despite me being on dialysis, why not I try this, challenge myself, because that challenging myself will keep me going.
Okay.
All right.
Give you
So
a
I
sense of purpose.
Yeah, I said 2020, the year I'm going to turn 50 years old, and that's year I also became the president of Rotary Club of Malawati.
Right.
To set that time and create a project behind that climb
Yeah.
to create an awareness on organ transplant.
Yeah.
So that was on, but it's just that the universe didn't want me to do on that year. So it came up with the pandemic.
Yeah, okay.
So the pandemic delayed the whole plan. We did the entire climb on 2022.
Yep.
We invited Manvir,
Yeah.
and Manvir came to the climb, and he was inducted as a member of Rotary Club of Malawati at Mount Kinabalu.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So that was a real memorable event.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
And from there, together, we created this initiative to get more and more people to be active, and that's where and to voice our concern about the transplant scene in our country.
Right.
Because I realized after 2016 that there is no chance of me getting a cadaveric transplant
Yeah.
being 50 years old.
Right.
All right. That's
All
it.
right.
That's it.
Because
Done.
No more.
because for the
only give it to the
conversion of the transplant, I mean,
The odds,
brain, the odds of someone being brain dead,
Yeah.
and a family agrees, and that organ has been harvested and being donated, transplanted to a patient. We have 55,000 dialysis patients currently. All right.
Currently.
Out of the 55,000 patients, there were around close to 20,000 who can go for transplant.
Good
Now,
fit enough to go.
Fit enough, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So out of that 20 over 1,000 is too big a number to put on the waiting list.
Okay.
So
How
what
do they
yeah.
skin them out?
Yeah, so they cut off an age of 40, so below 40.
Then
Yeah.
So
makes it smaller.
totally I'm out of the list already.
Yeah.
All right. So then they look into other aspect of the fitness, the health, and whatsoever to get that
Yeah.
person transplanted. So knowing that, my kids are very young. All right. And if I were to continue live another 20, 25, 30 years, 40 years, I need to know what is best for my health.
Right.
All right. For keep myself going. All right. So that's why I did all this walking, sweating, learning more about what is my organs function.
Okay.
What is this without kidney? What's my body
Yeah.
depriving of?
Yeah.
What I should do, what I should eat. Now I see food. I don't see food on my plate. I see what's potassium, protein, phosphate.
Yeah.
This is what I see on the plate.
Okay.
All right. So it had also given me a lot of understanding about myself.
Right.
I'm going deeper into myself, understanding myself,
Okay.
rather than looking at what's around me. That it really was very powerful to realize, to have the self-realization. Oh, who am I? What am I? Where am I going and all? Those kind of things. So, and understanding that, I was thinking myself, and of course Manvir, today's condition, today's scenario in our country is really sad. Even though we have started kidney transplant 50 years ago in 1975. This is 2025, 50 years, and we are still back
Behind.
Behind.
from
Everybody else has started
most of the
afterwards.
countries who started way behind us. All right. Now, we were talking and thinking, if 20 years ago, someone have initiated and done something to the scene of current transplant scene in the country, today we would have been the beneficiary.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Right.
we will have
So-
found somebody.
Yeah.
Today, probably we do something today and we may not benefit out of
Yeah.
it, but
20 years.
20 years from today, someone who's watching this podcast
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
be saying, hey, these guys did something
Yeah.
that today we are benefiting. Now, guys, that's what we are doing.
Okay.
We are climbing Mount Kinabalu again, the
Okay.
third time in 2026 next year,
Right.
to raise awareness and raise funds
Right.
to make our transplant scene better
Okay.
in our country and
Okay.
to help
Yeah.
so many others.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's very important because I think, on that, a lot of people don't really understand
Yeah.
Sure.
what transplant is all about, why
Yeah.
dialysis.
Yeah.
They all know about kidney failure,
Sure.
but they have no idea what causes that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I spoke to a friend of mine who is on dialysis, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and his story was painkillers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taken during his youth,
Yeah.
to get over
Yep.
the night pain, to
Okay.
just to play,
Yeah.
play badminton or
Yeah. Yeah.
football, and that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very good point that you brought up. I just want to touch there. I mean, going through all the phases of chronic kidney disease,
Yeah.
being on the peritoneal dialysis, being transplant, now the hemodialysis.
Yeah.
Now, I would clearly say there are three phases where there's a chronic kidney disease. That means you're already diagnosed as a kidney patient,
Yeah.
all right? And then going into dialysis.
Yeah.
All right. And then the best solution, which is transplant. Now, today, as what I mentioned just now, there are 55,000 dialysis patients, and it's expected that in 3 years' time, the number is going to double.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because there are more than 7,000 patients being diagnosed and coming into the CKD and dialysis. All right.
Per day,
So
there are
this
about
is-
27 patients.
This is
who are
where
going on
awareness and
Of course,
prevention
of course.
is,
Yes, yes.
so that we don't.
And
otherwise we feel like
majority
people
of
and
those the 7,000 are coming from your category who are the diabetics
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the high blood pressure. So
Yeah.
these are the secondary cause of kidney failure.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if the diabetics and the blood pressure is not well managed,
Yeah.
you in the long term,
It's gonna
you're going to
overwhelm.
go and damage all your organs.
Yeah.
That's why these patients, I'm climbing mountains and also, I tell you, don't compare me with the other patients of dialysis patients. You know why? Because most of the other patients are secondary reason of kidney failure. That means by the time the kidney fail, they have been a long-term diabetes patient or blood pressure patient, not managing it properly, and the kidney had failed. By the time kidney failed, the heart had already not very healthy, the liver,
You already-
name it, the pancreas already
Yeah.
gone because of
Opening of
diabetes
the
and all.
liver.
So all these other organs have been affected. Now, when they are doing dialysis, all right, they are also fighting with that the performance of the heart,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
and other works, all right. So comparatively, the people like my case, where the immune system attack the organ, it's only the kidney is being affected.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
the heart is okay, the liver, I'm not a diabetic.
Yeah.
Okay, all that functions very well.
Yeah.
So some I get this. Some of them this is not fair for them because you said, oh, why I have my father who's a kidney failure, and then I asked him, uncle, why you can do and he cannot do. I said, don't compare like that. Your father is kidney failure due to a long-term diabetics.
Yeah.
His other organs are affected.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah,
Unlike
yeah,
me,
yeah.
it's because my rare disease, my kidney only my kidney is infected. So what we are trying to say here is to prevent this diabetics patient coming into a dialysis patient. You manage your diabetics properly.
Right.
Yeah, manage your blood pressure properly.
Yeah.
Don't come into this end stage renal disease.
Yeah.
Don't come in.
Because that's
Already,
it's gonna
we
be
can
the
manage
last-
them.
Yeah.
And to those or CKD, like my rare disease and all, do your screening first. All right. If the nephrologist wherever in the country, please refer them to
Yeah.
the right channel
Sure.
in order for them to be treated well.
Right.
All right. So that we can reduce the number of people doing dialysis number first.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, because
Right.
it's just it's an expensive treatment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes just too long. I think.
Yeah.
You know,
It does.
Right.
You're wasting your time and then you can't really travel.
Yeah.
You have to do
Right.
arrangement if you want to
Yeah.
travel.
No, we understand that, but I think what we are trying to get at in today's episode is really get people to understand the sense of a patient who's been through a heart attack, a patient who's been through kidney failure, dialysis, and understand the fact that the patient is a person. Is a person with with thoughts, dreams, careers, all these things, and these two patients that we have here are just a drop in the ocean
Yeah.
of other patients who are as passionate, who are as learned, who are as want to share this with other people. But you're one of you guys are the two examples. So I mean, we need to wind up here. But I just want to find out now, how do people get in touch with you and your organization to either support it or to be able to run to you for help?
Oh, okay.
So-
At the moment, we're only operating on Facebook.
Okay.
That's our only and our channel of communication, and we're looking into like all the social media in
Okay.
2026.
All right.
And just go to Pertubuhan Teras Jantung, and
Okay.
there's only one.
Yeah.
And I have talked to some of them with regard to
Yeah.
where they can go and stuff
Right.
like that.
Okay. So we'll drop a link to your Facebook, in our YouTube and
Yeah.
our TikTok as well.
Sure.
And
Thank you.
for you, I mean, you guys are climbing again. I have to mention this, that Siva, if I believe, because there's not enough data to support this, but I believe he is the only person in the world who, on dialysis, has climbed Kinabalu twice. And I've checked with Kinabalu Park, and they can't say for sure, but they said they have nobody else. So, and he's attempting to make a third climb in May of
May,
next year.
yeah.
So share about how people can support that and how do they,
Right.
just be part of this.
Right.
Join the fun.
Yes. Thank you for bringing this up. We started this organization called Vira Transplant Malaysia.
Yeah.
All right. Vira Transplant Malaysia is for not only transplant recipient, all right, also kidney patients, liver patient, heart patients, bone marrow transplant and all. Now, we have supporters, we have doctors, surgeons, all supporting this. Now, talking about our climb, Mount Kinabalu climb. Now, I did the first climb in 2022.
Right.
It was a Rotary Club of Malawati's project. We sponsored Manvir Richter and Hanafi Saleh, two patients, fully sponsored to climb the Mount Kinabalu. And that actually given them a lot of hope, and it drives them.
Yeah.
I saw that. All right. So in fact, for me as well, I was the dialysis patient. Of course, I'm a organizer. All right. So again, I organized in 2024, but this time it was only me, but another 20 able people will climb. Now I was thinking I should give more patients this opportunity, and 2026 we will have 16 patients, including me, 17 patients, transplant patient, 10 of them, 6 dialysis patient, 6 dialysis patient, 8 transplant, and 2 donors. All right, we're going to fully sponsor them.
Right.
And we have doctors, surgeons,
Yeah.
all right, also joining us total of 40 of us climbing Mount Kinabalu in 2026. And for the 17 donor transplant recipient dialysis patient, we are fully funding the cost, which is around 5,000 per
head.
per head.
Yeah.
It's coming around 75,
Yeah.
70,000. So we are raising funds. And we're working closely with Yayasan Club Rotary Malaysia so that the donors, the sponsors can donate through Yayasan and get tax exemption.
Okay.
All right. So a lot of good responses. A lot of companies, pharmaceutical companies, have agreed to support us. We are very grateful for them. And you can go to viratransplant.org.my and also our Facebook, Vira Transplant Malaysia. And we do transplant walks every month.
Yeah. I'm sorry I missed the last one.
All right. So it is carried out in 6 states now.
Yeah.
We
Six
started
now. Yeah.
we
States.
started in Kuala Lumpur, Taman Titi Wangsa on the last Sunday of the month. And then Penang continued with they do second Sunday of the month in Penang.
Okay.
And then Kota Kinabalu also second Sunday of the month in Kota Kinabalu. And in Kuala Terengganu, we do third Friday of the month.
Okay.
All right. And then Kuantan, alternate. They don't fix a date. Also, Seremban, third Sunday of the month.
Yeah.
And also
Selangor.
in Selangor by TTC College.
Yeah.
All right. They do on a weekday. It's
Okay.
a college student by a Rotaract Club of TTC. All right.
Great. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
You know.
So I think it's important for healthcare to understand that wherever they are in Malaysia, for a population of 34 million, we've got about 350,000 healthcare people. Everything. You count everybody: doctors, nurses, radiologists,
Hospital
350,000
assistants.
to take care of 34 million. Impossible numbers. It's like 1%.
Yeah.
So, and you're looking at patients across, people with lived experience, caregivers, supporters, and you look at just yourself and him, entrepreneur, and you are in corporate, myself in media,
Yeah.
and the ability of patients and the people in lived experience to move the needle a little bit towards healthcare
Yes.
a little bit more. I want to thank the both of you guys
Sure.
for being on
No
this
problem.
program.
I'm
with
glad
us,
to talk about
sharing
this.
sharing your journeys. It's very important. We'll drop a link below here how you can be a part of their organizations to find out more. And once again, thank you very much. All the best
You're welcome.
with your Pertubuhan Teras Jantung
Thank
and Vira Transplant Malaysia, and obviously the climb as well. We'll be back with more, obviously, always right here on Vital Science Asia. But if there's any questions, just do DM us. I'm going to drop my email address there as well. And if you know someone who is a patient or a family member who needs to reach out or who wants to become a patient or patient advocate,
Okay.
just like us, we have that ability right now with pharmaceutical companies working very closely with us
Yeah.
to be able to train more patients to become patient advocates, to speak up for their healthcare
Yeah.
providers as well. So I'll drop my email here under this as well so that you all can get in touch with us. But thank you very much for being a part of this Healthcare Simplified with Manvir. We'll see you again soon. Bye.